So, hello, good morning. My name is Dr. Q, and I'm the founder of the Indian Palm Leaf Reading Institute, which was founded 10 years ago, actually, by now. And 2 years before that, we already did readings for friends and family. And then they turned into what it is today. I think the world's biggest Nadi reading institute of its kind. And we're based in California, by the way, and we're governed by California consumer protection laws. It's a US-based institute because I used to live in the US most of my life, really. I only came here through fate, to Budapest, and yeah, the rest is history. I never thought it would be this big. I really didn't, but it's now. By now, we've had I don't even know how many readings, thousands, 10,000. I don't know, a lot. And the wait list is huge too, because as Peter watched the interview with Next Level Soul, I've given many, 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 many interviews, and word of mouth is spread, and people want to get a reading. But our capacities are limited, of course, because I'm not here to make money. I haven't made a single cent so far. I don't take anything from this institute. I still have a job outside of this in tourism, and here we are. So I go, to me, being ethical and doing this right is way more important than the institute growing, and yet it grew the way it did. And so it's a step-by-step process. We're not adding readers that I do not trust because regrettably, I do not know how familiar you are with India. India is, how should I say, a very unique place, let's put it that way. And a lot of people claim they're spiritual and do whatever they do. And once you pierce the veil, you realize it's not quite like that. So to find an ethical reader takes up a lot of time and effort, and I need to vet the person, make sure that they are genuine. And if they're genuine, I need to make sure they're ethical, because as soon as they see dollar bills, things change too. And I had to let go of quite a few readers because that's what happened to them. Oh, you're Westerner, so I can milk you. No good. I don't like that. So it's a work in progress, really it is. And we have an office in India, of course we do. Everything is virtual, really. But we do have a manager in India who looks after the readers and makes sure that things run well. And priests, a whole group of Brahmanic priests, which is the highest caste. And I know they're doing a wonderful job. They're in it with their heart. And that is where we come from, really. We want to make sure that whoever gets a reading through us gets it in an ethical, powerful way, so they can trust and feel that they're in a safe place from the comfort of their home. We don't do in-person readings because that would add a whole new layer of challenges to it. We do it online. It's easy. Every reader is wherever they are, and all the readers are in Tamil Nadu. Has anyone been to India, by the way? So that I
Yes.
know some only Maddie. Okay. So India is a big country, and I usually, when I give talks, I compare it to the United States. It's state-based, like the United States, and the state that we're in is called Tamil Nadu. It's the southernmost state in India, and unlike California, California is on the west coast of the United States. Tamil Nadu is on the east coast, so it's kind of like flipped. It's also elongated, just like California, with one big difference: 85 million people live in that one state alone. Okay, so twice the size of California in one state, which size-wise is also smaller than California. So it's packed, lots of people there. And Tamils is the southernmost state, pretty simple. Just look at the tip, and then the very southernmost tip is Kerala, and the state above it is Tamil Nadu. Chennai is the capital city, 15 million people in Chennai. And the hub where legend has it, it all happened, is in the central parts of the state of Tamil Nadu, in a town called Vaitishvaran Koil, where legend has it, Maharishis, great sages, great Rishi sage, Maharishis said meditation, tapped into the Akashic records, downloaded the information, and put them on leaves. Because you need to put your historical glasses on, not just real ones like me, because without these, I wouldn't see anything, be able to see anything. In those days, they didn't have any paper, of course, so they had to figure out a way to preserve the information. Hence, they utilized what they have in abundance and had in abundance then too, palm trees. So they cut these ginormous leaves into slice of, I don't know, 10 inches, maybe 25 centimeters, and about an inch or two wide. They're not standardized, so it's about like that. And then they wrote the message down, they dictated them to their disciples, and then they etched the information onto these leaves. No henna used, no tat, no ink, none of that used. And then when it dried up, the message came through. And that is how they've been preserved for up to thousands of years. We do not know exactly when. But the godfather of it all, I do not know how much you're familiar with Indian mythology. I just finished writing the ultimate book on Nadi Shastra. It's not, there are quite many books out there about Nadi Shastra. They're all blah, blah. It's my personal story. I went there, I realized it was nonsense. Nobody really understands what's going on. I know what's going on behind the scenes. So what I did is, of course, I shared my personal story because it's important for people to know who I am. But then I went deep, 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 deep down the rabbit hole because Nadi Shastra is just the tip of the iceberg of Indian mythology and the Indian belief system, in which ultimately means reaching moksha. Moksha means liberation. That means the end of samsara, the end of the perpetual, seemingly never-ending cycle of birth and rebirth. When you reach moksha, liberation, you are one with God again, or however you want to call that entity. No more mandatory rebirths. Done. Excuse me. So the Maharishis figured out a way to help the average person to reach moksha. That is the essence of it. And to stay on the righteous path, which is known as dharma. If you veer off, you might not reach moksha. So it's a tool to help the regular person stay on the righteous path, follow dharma to be able to reach moksha. That is the essence of it all. And they kept it as simple as possible so that the average person could understand. And these leaves, or the message, does not mean that your life is set in stone. Because many people, and by now had, I don't even know how many people I guided through this, they come with an open mind and an open heart, and they understand intrinsically, as I did, oh, this is just a guideline. My life cannot be set in stone, because if it were, you and I, all of us, would just be mere puppets. And I do not believe in that. I believe in free will, in choice. Every day, every morning, we make a choice. Coffee or no coffee. These are the very simple ones. And most of those we do subconsciously. But the leaves, the messages were written so that we can consciously steer the ship, our ship called our life, into a direction that brings us joy and puts us on the right path, on the righteous path, on dharma, so that ultimately we can reach moksha and overcome karma. So that is the essence of it all, boiled down to just a minute or two of talking. There's a lot of technicalities behind it, which I will touch upon a little bit, but I'm done writing the book, so I just need to figure out whether I find a publisher or do self-publishing. And then it should be out soon, because there is a lot more behind the scenes that I can't have time to explain. So I'm just going to touch upon the very important parts. How did I end up doing it? Very simple. I went through many, many challenges in life, like some of you too. I spent years in hospital, really. I had cancer when I was a teenager, 16 to 19, 6 months as an inpatient, chemotherapy, surgery, radiation, the whole nine yards, which made me suffer. From then onwards, I survived the cancer, but the treatment caused a lot of issues afterwards. And the older I get, and I'm now 54, the more it comes out, really. I have a heart issue because of the radiation, stenosis. I don't know, 12 years ago, I caught a virus on one of my tours, which put me right into the ICU. Myocarditis, I don't know if you know what that is. It's an inflamed heart muscle. You can die, really. It's very dangerous. Water in my heart sac. So I know what it means to be in pain. Trust me, I know it. I know what it means to have needles up your veins. I had 1,000 needles up my veins, 1,000, and it's not a figurative number. I tried to calculate how many times they put something into my veins. At least 1,000 times. So my entire right arm is shot. They cannot use it, not even for drawing blood anymore. It's just all clogged up. Um, and so when I got very sick again 12 years ago, that was 13 years ago, I was in the ICU and I said, God, what the F, I don't understand. I always end up in hospital. And I think this lifetime I'm a pretty nice guy. I don't pursue material things. It's not important to me, really. It is. And I don't even own a car. Um, Besides that, I don't need it and it's hard to find parking. It's nothing for me, really. And I also know how it feels to be wealthy because my father, I'm Persian. My dad's Persian, so I grew up in Iran. Very wealthy. I mean, if we had the money now, it would be 100 million bucks. There is none of it is left now. So I know how it feels to have servants, chauffeur, nannies. And I was 8 when we had to flee the country. Some of you might be mature enough or have heard of it in the news or in school, the Persian Revolution, 1979. So from a kid with a golden spoon in his mouth to a pauper, really, overnight, everything gone. So I know how it feels to be a refugee too, even though we fled to Vienna because my mom's Austrian, but with no money at all. We were cramped in my grandma's house apartment, and my mom took care of us. And eventually, we got to be who we are. And then I ended up studying in the UK, and then I moved to the US. So I understand what human pain means. Trust me, I really do. And when I was in the hospital, in the ICU, my girlfriend, for whom I moved to Budapest, she said, "Have you heard of Nadi readings? Maybe it's karmic." I said, "No, I haven't," because I thought myself, this must have to do with karma, because this lifetime I don't do crazy things. I really don't. So he said, "Yeah, you can get a reading and maybe you can clear your karma." I said, "Great. Where can I do it?" He said, "Well, we're gonna go to India and stuff." I said, "Well, if I survive," I said, "if I come out of here, then I get a Nadi reading." And I did. I survived, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be here. And I got a reading, and it changed my life, big time. Um, and when I went into it, the only intention I had was to overcome karma. And I would say I'm a sucker for anything spiritual. I hear it, I do it. I heard of John of God. I flew to Brazil. I heard of, I don't know, the Fisher Hoffman process. I went and did it. Jose Silva, I did it. Reiki healing, I did it. I hear it, I do it. Done. That is my little red thread through life. While, of course, pursuing a regular career too. I wanted to be a professor at the university. So Dr. Q is not just a stage name. It's actually a PhD. I'm an academic. But it bored the hell out of me. It was terrible. The red tape behind the scenes is one cannot imagine the crap that goes on. So I said, you know what, that's not for me. I'm not going to waste my time here. And I started a travel business because that was my passion. I traveled a lot across the globe. And while doing all this richer stuff that I could possibly put my hands on. And so in the reading, in a by sentence, again, a reading is just a guideline. You can take it on board or not. Nobody holds a gun against your head and says you must. No, this is the water. You decide if that's for you or not. So I remember in a reading, in a by sentence, really, it was not like the message of the reading at all. It was just a by sentence. The reader said, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da, ba, da. And then the interpreter interpreted, saying, "Oh, and by the way, you're going to bring this to the West." I was like, "What? Nothing to do with me, man." So I just didn't even think of it. Um, but I'm a very enthusiastic human being when I like something. I know that. I'm a convincer, persuader. I connect with people easily. So of course, when I had my reading, I shared my experience with people. I said, "My God, you have no idea what's going on in India. There's something called Nadi readings. I had a reading myself. It blew my mind, and you got to do it too." And that is the start of the journey called Indian Palm Leaf Reading Institute, which is now an institute and a foundation, because the whole aim of the game for me is to help others as much as we can. We support every reading, helps us support an orphanage near where our readers are. The proceeds, they're here to help other people. Um, and let's see what else we can do as we continue to grow. So people came, and then eventually I realized these people that want to get a reading, and none of them, by the way, wanted to go to India. None of them. Oh my God, it's too hot, too dirty, too poor, too this, too that. The food's too spicy. And they're all right. It's true. India is not an easy country. To a small percentage of Western people, and I'm just talking about Western people here, India is a magnet. They go to ashrams and I don't know, they want to move to India and stuff. But to the vast majority of Western people, and trust me, I know tourism very well, it's a no-go zone for various reasons. And so we said, maybe we can do it on Skype. In the old days, Skype doesn't even exist anymore. If you do not know, they shut it down. So we had the first readings on Skype and the word spreads. And then 10 years ago, I said, you know what, let's put a legal structure around it. And since the only country I had a business in was the US, of course, we did it in the US. And it gives security to the seekers because they're a global seeker audience now. They come from Australia, I don't know, all of the UK, many, many. Craig Hamilton Parker, you might have heard of him. He's the most famous psychic in the UK. He is a big supporter of our cause too. He sends us thousands. I mean, a lot of his followers come to us as he is a true believer in Nadi readings and he talks about Nadi readings and we became very close friends with him just because of the reading. That's it. I met him online. I met him in person now too, of course, but that's how things developed. So we do it online, very simple, from the comfort of your home. You can drink a cup of tea. It's neither hot, not cold, because the reality of things is like this: an office, a reader's office, and there are hundreds of them. Um, you have to be very careful who you trust. The majority are not the person they claim to be. They don't have the knowledge. They're just here for money. But there is, of course, 20%, I don't know, 30% who are in it. They know what they're doing. And a percentage of those are also ethical. So it's very hard to find a real reader. We get many messages. Oh, I want to get a reading done in person. I was like, good luck. Go there, India. You will find hundreds of them. And that's it. We do not do in-person readings. And I do not recommend anyone that I not vetted myself. And it's a arduous process to do it. Not an easy one. And I burned my fingers quite a few times too. And so did Craig, by the way. At any rate, how did it happen? They went into meditation, dictated the message through their disciples onto these leaves, and then they put them together into bundles or books. Similar souls travel together in a book or bundle, and this is a book or bundle. In the old days, I used to show a real one, but I give so many live talks too, and I tell people, do not touch it. It's a real one. What do people do? First thing, they touch it. So then I figured out, you know what, let's just put one or several actual ones onto plastic. So that's an actual copy of a real one. And these are leaves in it. Of course, the real ones would be cracked and this and that, the other, because this is made out of plastic, but that's how they look. They're written in ancient Tamil or Grantha. So Tamil people are distinctly different to the rest of India. It's kind of like Texas, if you wish, for my US friend here. It's a country within a country. They don't speak the common language of India, known as Hindi. They don't. So even if an Indian goes to Tamil Nadu, he's a foreigner. They need to revert back to English or Hinglish. That's how it is. If a Tamil goes to the rest of India, he's like a foreigner. They cannot communicate with the rest of India because they're not taught Hindi at school. It's a political thing. They want to be, we are Tamils and different to the rest of them. It is also, to many Tamils, the birthplace of India. It's the original India. The rest came later. And all this happened in a time where there was no India at all, of course, because India is a fairly young country, the way we know it today. And so they speak Tamil. Most of them are vegetarians, and it's, I would say, the state with the most temples per capita. So they are different to the rest of India. So they dictated these on these leaves, and then they put them together, similar souls, onto bundles, and these bundles are nowadays stored in archives and libraries. Not the way you think of like archives and libraries, no water dispenser, no air conditioning, no security guard, none of that. It's usually run by family from generation to generation. It's a hole in the wall, a back room, maybe in a safe. There are state-run, municipal-run too, of course, but they're more academic than for Nadi readings. And these bundles and these leaves were used not just for Nadi Shastra, they were used for healing things. They were used for astrology. They were used for legal text. So these bundles are on the World Heritage List. They are. Not the Nadi Shastra parts, but the academic parts are protected by the United Nations as a cultural heritage. And I've been to, I would say by now, to all the big ones that are in Tamil Nadu, state-run, government-run, municipal-run. But the real deal for Nadi Shastra is usually kept by families from generation to generation, grandfather, father, son, grandson, and so forth. There is no school where you can learn it either. You need to go to a reader to learn from him. It can be done pretty fast to learn it, because you need to learn ancient Tamil. Tamil and ancient Tamil are very different to other languages too. It's similar to Chinese Mandarin. It's sound-based. Most languages are letter-based. English, Persian, I speak fluently Persian too. Greek, all that letter-based. A, B, C, D. Tamil is not sounds. And if we had to convert Tamil to English in our case, it would have 247 letters. So it's quite a complex thing. And Granta is the old version of it. It's not as different as ancient Greek in Greek, since we've got Peter here, because to know ancient Greek, you need to go to university and really study it. Ancient Tamil and Tamil are closer. It can be learned, but you need to still study it. It doesn't come like that either. So that's it. And these leaves are written as a poem. It's a conversation between Shiva and his wife Parvati. So Shiva is the ultimate god in Hinduism. There are three big gods in Hinduism. His wife is Parvati, the female force, Shakti. Question and answer. It's a syllabic language written as a poem, conversation between Shiva and his wife Parvati. And it's written in code as the icing on the cake. It's compressed. It needs to be decoded and taken in the right direction. That is why you need a reader. Many times I say, oh, I took a picture of my leaf and I asked ChatGPT and it says it's all nonsense. It's like, yeah, of course, it's not a ChatGPT thing. And it's also not something you can show your friend who speaks Tamil and he's reading it and says, what the hell is that, You need to decode it. And that's what people don't understand. So it's quite a complex process. Now, the process has been the same for millennia. The Maharishis, in their great wisdom, in the old days, again, you got to think back, who could read and write? No one, only the elite, priests, royalty, but the rest of the people, that's 99%, could not read or write. So the Maharishis said, how can we connect the leaf to a person? And they realized, very simple, thumbprint. And we do the same today. Your thumbprint is unique to you. And male side is represented by the right side, female side, female energy by the left side. That is why when you're male, you submit your right, when you're female, you submit your left thumbprint. Pretty simple. And then the reader would look at your thumb impression, then and now too, the exact same process, and identify your thumbprint category type. There are thousands of thumbprint category types, but 108, and 108 is an important number in Hinduism, is a holy number. 108 types carry a leaf. 108. There are some that are very common. We've had them many times. And some that are so uncommon that we haven't even had them. Half of them we have never even come across. We know they exist. They have to, but we never had them. Even readers, I talk to them, oh, I've never come across this one either. So, and then he would look at your thumbprint category type, knowing your gender, and to simplify things for the search, the country of birth, he would then go on a physical search. It's a 3-step process, the whole thing. It's always been the same thing, 3 steps. Search for bundles, matching of your leaf, and then reading of your leaf. 3 steps. To start the search for your bundles, all we need is your thumb impression, your gender, and the country of birth. And then the reader will go from archive to archive to archive, trying to find a matching bundle that carries your thumb impression category type. Every single leaf in one bundle has the same thumbprint category type. You're not related to them. It could be a lady from Australia, a gentleman from France. We do not know, already dead, not born yet, but they carry similarities, similar souls. You travel together. If he finds one, and there are thousands of bundles matching your thumbprint category type, not just 1 or 2, thousands, tens of thousands. So he doesn't take the very first, he takes the one where he thinks yours is in. That's a divine act. And then he brings it back to the office. And if you were in India, you would sit in front, across from him at a table. And it's anything but magical. It's India, hot as hell, humid, mosquitoes, incense through the roof. That is the reality of it, and I've been there. So, and because of my cancer and chemotherapy, I'm very sensitive to scent. I almost died in there with the 20,000 candles and incense that he burned during the reading. And the whole process is meant to be a healing act. Just to receive the reading itself is meant to heal you in the background. So the search ends when he finds a bundle and brings the bundle back to the office. Step one, done. And then step 2 and 3 are done in one sitting, and it takes 3 to 4 hours. That's called matching of your leaf and then the reading of your leaf. Matching is also either you sit in front of him at a table, or in our case, online. He would open up the bundle and he knows nothing about you, don't forget. All he knows about you is your thumbprint, the thumbprint category type, your gender, of course, and the country of birth. And then he opens up the bundle, looks at the first leaf, and reads it out to you in a specific way because he carries healing faculties. Dum ba-dum ba-dum ba-dum. They have to learn that too, because the vibrations are meant to already give you some healing and shift energies. So he reads out to you the first statement, not a question, it's a statement. Bam, ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. You are married, because this leaf belongs to a person who is married. If you're married at the time, you will say yes. If you're not married at the time, you say no. So only yes, no, right, wrong, correct, or incorrect answers to a statement need to be given. No need to give any more information than that. For example, let's say you're going through a divorce while you're having the reading, and he says you're married. You need to say yes because you're still married. It's the reality that you're experiencing at the time. No need to say yes, I'm going through a divorce, but I'm married, but I'm going through a divorce. That's irrelevant. You're married now. That's it. Okay. And if you say yes to a statement, he stays on the leaf and goes deeper. If you say no to a statement, well, that's not your leaf. He flips over and goes to the next one. That's how it works. There is no guesswork behind it. It isn't. It's a divine act. You have 2 children, yes or no? And that's your birth children, not adopted ones, not foster ones, because they are in a separate category. You have 3 siblings alive, because a sibling might have died already, these kind of things. And then eventually, if you say yes to all statements, eventually, boom, he starts rattling off. Your name is Maddie. Your mother's name is Susie. I do not know. I'm just making this up. So in my case, very simple. It was like dum badum 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 badum. Your father's name is Siavash. I nearly pooped myself. Siavash is a Persian name. I guarantee he's never heard this name in his life before. Never, ever. And he almost perfectly pronounced it too. I was like, oh my God, bam badum badum. Your mother's name is Gisela. My mom's Austrian, blonde, blue-eyed. I was like, oh my God, that's how can this be? He knows nothing about me, nothing, absolutely nothing. And that's done to serve our ego, because we're humans and with ego issues, all of us, me included, to believe that it's yours, because he gives you facts that you can verify. You were born on this day, this weekday, time of birth, and then it's you, period. And that's called matching. Boom, it's your leaf. With an open heart, receive it, say, wonderful. Second step done, matching. Then comes the third step, where you need to put some faith in it, because the reader then looks at your leaf. And I always look at the reader as a wingman. He's your wingman. He stands next to you, looks at your leaf and says, Sarah, now I'm going to decipher it for you. And you're right next to me. And let's look into the future from today until there's no more writing on the leaf. And let's see if you like it or not. And it's a raw reading, meaning it's not meant to make you feel cool, chosen, important. I don't know. Wow, I'm the best. No, it's not. It's raw. It can be a kick in your ass too. It can. And I've been in many readings. It can. And that is when people start getting upset. Oh, that was a terrible reading. Terrible, terrible. I want my money back. It's like, why? I watched the whole reading. I said, this was an amazing reading, very detailed. Yeah, but then I realized the reader didn't say you're cool, you're chosen, you're special. It's like, man, we're all special, all of us. What we make of it is what makes a difference. Whether you're born wealthy or poor, healthy or sick, who cares? What do you do with the life that you're in now? That's it. What do you do with it? So it's a raw reading, and it starts with the moment you get the reading. That's the reason why we call it Nadi reading. Nadi has many meanings because nobody in the West knows what they do in India. Nadi Shastra, Nadi Jyotish, Nadi astrology. We just gave it a literal name, Indian palm leaf reading, hoping that people have some sort of an idea of what it is. Indian, so they understand it's connected to India. Palm leaf, so there's some sort of a leaf involved, and yet they call it tea leaf, or they send me pictures of their hand. I say, can you read my palm? I say, dude, read what we do, then send us a message. And reading, that there's some sort of reading involved. So it's a spiritual act on a leaf. That's the name we gave to be as literal as possible, but nobody in India calls it an Indian palm reading because they know what it is. They call it Nadi Shastra, Nadi Jyotish, all of that is explained in the book. But Nadi has many meanings, and Nadi means pulse, representing life. Nadi means the exact moment in time when the message is divulged to the seeker, not a day before, not a day later, the exact moment in time. So when you get your reading, it's Nadi, that moment, boom, it was predestined that you get it on that day, not a day before, not a day later. Nadi also means leaf, for example, where the message is written on. Nadi is the seeker, you're the seeker. That's what we call our people that get a reading from us seekers. All these meanings go into Nadi. So from the moment you get the reading, the reader, knowing nothing about you, he confirmed that it's your leaf. And you need to help the reader. That's important for me to share with you too, because Tamil is a syllabic language. One symbol represents many different letters. A-E-I-O-U is one symbol. Hence, he needs to know how to interpret that symbol. That is why he says your name contains, the second letter is an A-E-I-O-U or I. And then you say yes or no. If you say yes, you say, yeah, it's a U. Then he knows how to decipher it. So that's important. It's not guesswork. People need to understand the process behind it to be able to really embrace this powerful process. So he knows these things about you. Then he looks at the leaf and deciphers it based on three aspects. It's also important for you to understand three aspects. Two of them change all the time. One never changes. One is your thumbprint category type. It never changes. You may have different names depending on the lineage of the reader, where he studied and learned it, because there is no unified system. But if you are within the same lineage, your thumbprint category type always remains the same. You cannot change it. It's neither good nor bad. It just is. Some thumbprint category types are easier. Some are a little more challenging. It's life, So that's like your red thread through life. It doesn't mean that you're helpless. It doesn't mean that you have no choice. It just means, and if you're a little more mature when you get your reading and you look back, knowing your thumbprint category type, you can then say, oh, now I understand why certain things have been the way they have. So it never changes. It's like your genetic imprint for life. Then the other two change. It's based on your energy at the time of the reading, not your mood. Whether you do coffee in the morning or not makes a difference. Whether you fight with your partner or not is your mood. Your energies, and the energies shift according to our system every 6 months. So you can be in an energetic cycle where there is a leaf for you, or you can be in one where there is no leaf for you. For example, just giving you an example. So it's your energies that you exude, the vibrations at the time of your reading, which the reader picks up on. And then last but not least, of course, the stars and planets have an impact on us too. That is why Nadi Shastra is connected to Vedic astrology, but it's not Vedic astrology. It's predictive astrology written on a leaf. But there are symbols on your leaf that refer to planetary constellations. That's important because the reader then deciphers it for you and tells you at that time in your life, you will be under the impact of Rahu, Ketu, Saturn, whatever. So you need to do something about it. So based on these three aspects, the reader looks at your leaf and then starts deciphering it to help you ultimately create a better life trajectory for yourself. That's the one sentence you want to remember, helping you create a better life trajectory for yourself. Easy, whatever better means to you. To me, very simple. I don't want to be in hospital. Done. That's the only reason why I went to get a reading done. Some people need more money. Some people want to find a partner, have a child, I don't know, whatever, find a meaningful profession, job. And of course, it also depends on in what stage of your life you're in. If you're 18-year-old kid who gets a reading, he still gets a whole life reading. But as soon as you hit 30, you lose him. 25, that's way too big for a kid to understand what's going on. They want to know immediately, when I go, when I get into university, will I graduate, will I find a job, these kind of things. And then you can be 80 years old, your own life has very little meaning to you. And I say this with utmost respect because I was the moderator for my own mother. When she got her reading, and the reader did not know that she's my mother either, it was kind of like getting a second reading for myself. Because to my mom, the only thing that matters to my mom is her boys. That would be my brother and me, and how they will be. That was way more important to her than her own life. So depending on where you are in your life, the energies that you have, the reader and the reading taps into that, and tells you a lot of things about things that are dear to you. So if you're a little more mature, your focus might be on the kids and grandchildren. If you're younger, of course, your immediate future, but you still get a whole life reading. So whole life reading starts with the moment you get a reading until there is no more writing on the leaf. Important, because a lot of people also are scared. Oh my God, he's going to tell me when I'm going to die. I don't care. He told me also, my first reading, about 79, you're going to, 77 to 79, you might get a heart attack and pass on. But he also told me, oh, it's karmic. You can do something about it. And we will get to that in a moment. It's only the end of the writing on your leaf, on that leaf. Important, because the whole purpose, one more time, the most powerful part of the whole thing is to help you, the seeker, create a better life trajectory for yourself. Better, whatever better means to you. If you are crazy enough, and I say this tongue in cheek, wanting to live longer, because that's not my wish at all, I've gone through a lot of stress in my life, then you can work on that. You can extend your life. You can, of course. Reverend Bill McDonald, since Judy is from California, he's in Sacramento. He's also a huge supporter of our cause and lived in India, managed an ashram, and he travels the world talking about love and healing and stuff. He had several readings in his life, and in his first reading 20 years ago, the reading stopped at 70. And he went through crap too. Oh my God. He was in Vietnam, exposed to Agent Orange, 40 surgeries on cancer. He's the one person that I personally know who's been in hospital longer than me. And yet he's a very positive human being, and became a dear friend of mine. I talk to him a lot on the phone too now. And I only met him through this, like I met you, and Maddie. And so he had another reading when I met him through our institute, and I was the moderator. They told him, oh, way past 85, because when it had his second reading, he was already 75, past the 70 mark of his first reading. And he knew it's just a guideline anyway. So all I'm trying to say is, just because it ends there does not mean you're going to die then. You can die earlier too, by the way. You can, of course, because nothing is set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. It's a guideline to get you there, for you to reach moksha. Don't forget, that's the ultimate goal, moksha, liberation, to overcome the seemingly never-ending birth cycle of birth and rebirth, break it, and be united, reunited with the eternal source. So this trajectory comes in increments of 2-3 years, give or take, so that from the age 42 to 40, 42, 42, 45, something like that, so and it tells you what you need to focus on. And it gives you the good, the bad, and the ugly. When it's good, it means the stars align, energies are good to do X. Write a book, move, find a partner, get pregnant, whatever. Whether you do it or not is up to you. He can only show you the water. Whether you end up writing the book or not, he cannot force you, man. That's a perfect time to write it. You'll have the connection to the universe. You can publish it, whatever. If you sit on your butt, on a chair and don't do anything, the book won't be written. It won't, no matter how good the stars are at the time frame. If it's bad or ugly, in my opinion, that's the most powerful part of the reading. If it's bad or ugly, it means the reader identifies a block in you. Embrace the block with all your heart as a blessing in disguise. Now that I've been doing it for so many years and have thousands of people, I understand it also better because as soon as people hear a block, either they shit themselves, they tune off, they're like bad reading, whatever. But it's not because the block has been in your life already before. You might not have been aware of it, but it's been here. The block can be karmic, so from a past life. The block can be planetary. The block can be generational, so passed on from grandfather, father, son, and so forth. And the reader will tell you that it's a block. And the good news and the most powerful part of the reading is uh, the, the remedies, the pujas. Because for each block identified in your reading, in your leaf, chapter 14, the last chapter, is dedicated to remedies called pujas to help you shift energies and overcome the block so that indeed you can create a better life trajectory for yourself and steer the ship of your life in a direction that you desire so that you can ultimately reach moksha. Okay? So each block has a deeper meaning. Embrace it, work with it, own it, because everything that happens to you happens because of you. If you were not in the equation, you would not be experiencing it. And I say this with the utmost respect. Had I not been living in Iran, we would have not been exposed to the revolution and the gunshots and having to flee the country with just 2 suitcases. I was in it. Is it my fault? No, it's not. It's, of course not. It's way bigger than me. But I was in it, so I need to take ownership of it. We fled to Austria, and then Chernobyl happened. You might have heard of Chernobyl in the Ukraine, another troubled country these days. And the cloud traveled 2,000 kilometers when Chernobyl happened in April 86 and dumped its nuclear waste over Central Europe, and Vienna is in the heart of Central Europe. And that is why I got cancer. Not my fault. It's not. And yet I was in it and I have to embrace it. Okay, I'm in it. What can I do to overcome the energies? And so the reading ends, and the last part will be the puja part, helping you overcome the blocks identified in your reading. And those pujas, while the reading must not be taken verbatim, it's a mistake because you got free will and choice every single day, every second of your life, you have free will and choice. The pujas must be taken verbatim. They must, because that's your way of showing the universe that you take ownership, that you're serious about it, that you're working on shifting energies. Ultimately, everything in life is energy, really, everything. Money is energy, health is energy, this table is energy, the Zoom platform is energy. They just vibrate in different ways, and that means you can change it. You can. It's on you. You need to do the work, not someone else. There are 2 types of pujas prescribed. Home-based pujas. Funny enough, we call them temple pujas, but they're home-based. We send you the pictures of the gods and goddesses. There's nothing overwhelming about the pujas either. Pretty simple. It tells you 5 Saturdays in a row, do this puja dedicated to Lord Shiva with this mantra. You can now just put the picture on the wall and do it as a chore, then don't do it at all. It's a waste of your time. If you sit down and do it with all your heart and the intention to overcome the block it was prescribed for, then it's powerful. If you just do it as a chore because somebody told you to do it, don't do it. It's a waste of time. And and you need to do it on that day. 6 full moon days in a row. That means 6 months. You got 1 day in a month to do it. You need to mark your calendar. So as you show up as prescribed, you show the universe, look, dude up there, I'm serious. I'm here. I do it every day as prescribed. And I do this mantra, it takes me 5 minutes. It's not lengthy. It's nothing overwhelming. Whether you pronounce the words correctly or not, who cares? Who cares? I get so many messages, oh, I do not know how to pronounce the words. I was like, and this, you want this to stop you from doing it? Just do your best. That's it. They just want to see that you put effort into it. That's the whole purpose of it. Whether you understand it or not, who cares? You're prescribed, do this. Just follow the guidelines. Sit in front of it, do it with all your heart and the intention to overcome it. Whether you do it correctly or not, energies are not anal. This is not math. It's intention, it's energy. So these are home-based pujas. Home-based pujas could, and puja, by the way, literally translated means prayer ceremony or ceremonial act. Prayer ceremony, mantra, or ceremonial act, you do something. On your birthday, feed the needy. You choose. Find an orphanage, do a soup kitchen, go to a park and feed the animals there. They will tell you it's an act, it's an actual thing to do. In my case, on 2 consecutive Wednesdays, I was told to feed the needy. And at that time, I moved from the US to Budapest, no language, no connections, none of that. And I put myself, oh my God, I know that I need to do it in the right order, because if you miss a day, you need to start from scratch. So I didn't want to break the cycle. And so I asked the reader, what do you mean by that? Feed the needy. Should I do a soup kitchen? Should I donate money? He said, oh, you figure it out. I didn't figure it out. I didn't. I was like, oh my God, it's coming. Wednesday's coming. What should I do? And then the night before, I was like, oh my God, I've been observing this lady, looking into her purse for the money to pay for her soup in this cafe. So I presumed she's not well off. So I just paid for her food. I told the waiter, I'm paying for her sandwich and whatever she had. I don't remember. And then when she wanted to pay, he said, no, it's already paid. And I could see her from a distance. And I told him, don't tell her that I did it. And she was looking, she couldn't believe it. I mean, it was so powerful for me to see she's like amazed that somebody would pay her food. Oh my God. It was amazing experience for me. So I've been doing it ever since, for 12 years now. Ever since, randomly, at an airport, I see people frustrated or fighting or whatever. I just buy their coffee. It's $5. It doesn't cost much. It's a simple act, but it shifts energies. And the energy that I get from it is, to me, even better than their energies for them. What I get from it is amazing to me. So pay it forward. You can do that anytime. So it's easy. If you really want to, you figure out a way, pretty sure. And if I might say feed cow and baby cow with spinach and greens, it's like, oh my God, I live in London. There is no cows here. Well, then hop on a freaking train, to find a farmer outside of London and say, look, I'm not a crazy person. I do healing work, and I was asked to feed cow and baby cow 3 Thursdays in a row. May I come to you and give? Of course, the farmer will say yes. He's not going to say no. I did the same here, because it told me on 5 consecutive Fridays I should give fruits, sweets, or learnings, stuff to kids. I mean, it's like, I cannot walk through the streets of Budapest and give candy to a kid. They might say, oh my God, for a middle-aged white guy, come with us, to the next police station. So I had to, I had to figure it out. Easy, I called up kindergartens, an orphanage. I said, look, I'm not a crazy white guy, foreigner here. I was prescribed this. May I donate a whole sack full of candy and fruits and stuff to be given on 5 consecutive Fridays. I bring it every week. Not on a Thursday, not on a Saturday. It needs to be done on a Friday. And I was prescribed 5 kids, but of course I cannot choose the 5 in an orphanage. So I said, look, I bought a whole sack, so every kid should be able to get something. You can do it. If you really want to, I guarantee you there's a way for you to figure it out. And it's important. So the puja part is the most powerful part of the whole reading. Must be taken verbatim. The reading itself shall not be taken verbatim. It's a guideline. It's a compass for your life to help you determine whether you should turn left or right, whether you are on the right track or not. It's for you as a guideline. And if you do not like what you hear, that means you're off course. Good news is you can do something about it to get you back on course. So that is all of it in as concise a way that I could put it together to help you understand it a little better and create a better life trajectory for yourselves. But I'm open to answer any question that you want.
Wow. Gosh, I know how many times you've told that. It just felt so fresh. Awesome. And
Thank you.
I just feel my heart opening to you because the generosity of what you give is quite incredible. And my own experience of it was amazing.
Thank you.
The whole
You're
thing.
welcome.
Oh, lots of questions come
Oh,
up.
of course, of course. Since you already
Yeah,
had a
so
reading.
let's see what
Did
everybody else wants to ask. But that was a healing in itself, just hearing all that. I blown away, really fabulous.
Thank you. Comes from the heart.
I have a question.
Sure, you should do.
I was just wondering about the difference between this or similarities with the Akashic records. And
Akashic Records is the is a compendium of all knowledge up in the etherical world. That's Akashic Records, to put it simple. Nadi Shastra, Nadi, again, I explain what it means. Shastra, treatise, guideline, guidebook, Nadi Shastra, is the information for Judy downloaded from the Akashic Records and put on a leaf.
okay, it's more action as well for what you can, I mean, information and also.
Yes, it's for
Yeah.
you. It's for Judy.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And I just want to know, did Matty have to go feed any cows?
I don't know. I
I
actually
might,
wasn't.
I might. After hearing that, I'm suddenly inspired to what else can I do rather than the pujas, which,
Okay.
yeah. I
Can
just
you
wanted
ask?
to say one thing because I'd had this question about, you know, you got the category and the country, but how, I had two leaves and they found mine in the second. And I think, as you said there, sorry, you want to get a drink? I'll just wait till you've.
I'm sorry.
No, it's a lot of
Yeah.
talking. I know.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, so it's just that moment where they find the leaf. And that's so awesome because, that is divine intervention. It must be because how they find that your leaf, they're reading it through and they come up. I mean, it's just magical.
It is. Trust me. I know
And
that's
it
the.
just blows the mind because your whole concept of time as well gets completely shattered. The mind can't actually comprehend
No, we
it
cannot.
totally. I get the concept there's no time, but this just throws you into another space where you actually almost there's just nothing to say. You just in awe.
I have, we can talk about time too. I do not know how deep you guys want to go down the rabbit hole, but this is a picture of the 18 main Maharishis. Not to be mixed up with the Saptarishis. I do not know how much you know, but in the mythology, these 18 Siddhars are the Tamil Siddhars, and that's Agastya. That's the grandfather, godfather of them all. Agastya wrote the most leaves, usually when you get your first reading. And by the way, you can have many readings in your life. You're not restricted to one or two. I personally had two so far in my life, but in our institute, I know people came back to get several readings already. And I know people had 6, 7, 8 readings in a lifetime. So you don't have to have just one because your energies change all the time. They do. So the second reading helps you further improve your life trajectory, and the third one even more, and so forth. If you get the reading from a real good reader, you will see the progression. You will. So in my first reading, just to give you an idea, sorry, I'm running out of battery here. In my first reading, the guy, again, it was a by sentence. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a chosen person. I'm not. I'm just an average white guy. That's it. With struggles and health issues and I don't know, life issues, just like anyone else. I personally do not believe in gurus. I don't follow a guru. Is not for me. I'm not. I'm a total believer in my own power and your power. We're here to make the most out of it to break free from the samsara and reach moksha. And we can only do it ourselves. Do I believe in mentors and teachers and guides? Of course, I had many in my life, many. I learned from you too, from everyone. Craig, he taught me a lot of things. Reverend Bill, Maddie, I learned from each one of them, some more, some less, of course, because I cannot have an intimate relationship with every single person that I meet. I watch a movie and there's a sentence. I was like, oh my God, this is so wise, have you heard, for example, have you seen or heard of the series? I know it's a real life thing, but Tulsa King. Have you heard of it? Sylvester Stallone, Tulsa King. If not, watch it. Mind blowing. It's 3 seasons now, and he plays a mafia guy who's ousted by his gang in New York, and he's sent to Tulsa, in the middle of nowhere. Tulsa. Who goes there to start something? So he ends up. He's a mafia guy, an old mafia guy who spent 25 years in prison and didn't open his mouth. He didn't tell anyone in his snitch. Comes back and his gang ousts him and says, sorry, you've been gone for too long. Even though you have the right to come back and take up your position again, you're gone. But you can go to Tulsa. So this guy was out of the world for 25 years, internet, no idea, iPhones, no idea, all these things. But he's very wise because he read for 25 years and he, even though he's a killer, still, he kills people and he does mafia stuff. Yet it's very philosophical, and I just watched it a couple of days ago because what I do with my kid and the girlfriend, we sit in front of the TV because what else can you do? I need to wait till 12 o'clock or 1 o'clock in the morning until the sucker finally falls asleep to then have 4 hours of sleep, hoping that we can stretch it out as far into the morning as possible. So when he drives, he has a driver. He does philosophical talks, really, real life philosophical talks about the new gender issue that we have these days. In my time, it was male, female, all these things. It's just beautiful to just listen to him. And the one thing that struck me is when he was faced with another challenge in his mafia life. He said to his driver, who's a kid, he wants to be a gangster, but he's a kid, really, no life experience. He says, son, or whatever he said, we don't get what we deserve. We get what we attract. It's very different. So that taught me something too. It's like, oh my God, I think I deserve health and goodness in my life because I do good things, but do I actually attract it? Or do I attract constantly health issues? You know what I mean? So it is, we have teachers even in a mafia series that's meant for entertainment purposes. So you can have these things all the time. It doesn't have to be a person. It can be a book. It could be meditation and an insight that you have, an epiphany. All these things can help you. Now, going to the time thing, if you really want to go down the rabbit hole. And as I said, I did a lot of spiritual and not so spiritual things in my life. I also went to shamans and the Amazon and did many times ayahuasca to just go deep down. And I do meditation a lot too. But with shamanic help, it's a little easier to go deep down. And it's also not an easy, joyful ride either. It can be very painful, actually. You vomit your guts out and all the rest of it. and it can be very scary too. In the middle of the jungle, snakes and all the rest of it. And yet I did it, but I realized, and I was able to recreate it without any shamanic help through deep meditation. So I know now for sure there are humans out there that can be in deep meditation for a long time. We cannot. I mean, I cannot. I can be there for a split second. I can reach that. And then a thought enters my mind and it's over. The whole purpose of meditation is to get rid of thoughts, really, ultimately. And when you get rid of thoughts, which is easy, but not simple, simple, but not easy, you become one with the universe, one. You realize that we're all connected. You realize that. So I know that we're all connected. I know that. So what I do unto you, I do unto myself. And that I am in this body to just experience life. I'm a soul, we're all souls, we're all connected, but we cannot experience things if we're not organic, like biological. Through this, I can eat, taste, breathe, touch. That in itself is wow. And when I had my son right after his birth, oh my God, it was the most powerful thing ever. Not only seeing him being carried because it was an emergency C-section, we're behind a canvas, and then I hear him shout, scream, ah! I was, oh my God, he's alive. It was, I was nervous, because I shouldn't even be able to have a child, with all the chemotherapy that I got as a teenager. My doctor said, look, uh, likely not. And if, then you need to be very careful because he could be disabled. And then he came out healthy, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And the nurse came, "Do you want to cut his cord?" I was like, "Oh my God!" I was beside myself. It was an out of body experience, and also, and I cut it, and then I said, "You want to have him?" Because your girlfriend, she's in pain and she's on a medication, so she couldn't do anything. I was like, "Yeah, sure, come with me." And I walked behind her, take off your shirt, and then I put the little thing on my chest for an hour in a quiet, dimmed room, just him and me. And then and he was quiet. He wasn't shouting. He wasn't
Amazing.
hungry, but he was moving. And I was, like moving all the time. And I was looking at him and I said, son, I understand. I could feel, I could understand that now a soul is in a body. And he's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Like, what is this? What the hell is this? And that's how I feel every day as an adult. It's like, what the fuck is this? I mean, why are we experiencing this? Why am I here? The pain that I see when, all the wars and the famish and I don't know, the crazy things humans do. At the same time, the good things that we do, I don't understand it. I really don't. But
I'll say something about that because I was just thinking, you talk about, going in meditation, that intention of reaching that nothingness, if you like.
yes,
Um, so I got that I see this as potential, that the liberation, moksha, is it called?
moksha. Mhm.
So I got that in my reading, that it was my last incarnation.
Oh, by the way, that's a good question. Only an old soul has a leaf.
Yes.
No young souls. That's important. So whoever gets a reading is automatically an old soul, which means second to last or last lifer.
Yeah. So I'm getting that it's not a given that that's gonna, I still understand that the work needs to be done, as far as I understand that. Is that
Yes,
right?
it's not a carte blanche. You
No.
can still F it up.
So it's potentially, yes.
Yes, it's
So
here to help you.
got that very strongly from the reading, that the work still has to be done. The intention and everything is important to that. But that, so that moment, say say you don't do the work and you come to that moment of death. That's another opportunity, I presume. I mean, I can't imagine from all the practice to reach that, or to let go. I don't know what I'm asking. It's just, what do you
I
say
mean,
about that?
is there a potential that you screw it up?
Yes.
Yes, there is, of course, because you get free will and choice. You
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
You can still fall off the wagon. It doesn't mean that you're falling off the wagon for good. You can get back on it. I'm a believer in I'm on my horse. The horse stands for my life. I can fall off the horse. We all do
Yeah.
in one way, shape, form, or another. I do not know. Stupid things intentionally or unintentionally happen to you. You make a wrong choice. It happens. It's life, Forgive yourself, get back on the horse and say, okay, horse, that was not good for me. Let's make this right. You can, of course you can, but it's you, no one else.
Yeah.
That's important. It's us who can do it.
Yeah.
Now,
I
I
felt
want,
that because I thought, oh, what last life? That's a given. And I thought, no, it's not
it's not,
necessarily.
it's not, it's not. You are there, you're on the trajectory, you
Yeah.
are,
Yeah.
and now work on it to make it real.
Yeah.
Like whatever real reality is, that's a whole another topic for a long discussion. But time, I wanted to answer the time question. The way I see time, or the way we experience time as humans, and that's the only way to experience it. Otherwise, we would have a not physical life, is linear, past, present, future. And we're the only beings um, who can actually comprehend that. A dog doesn't think in the past or the future, is now. But we can go way back in our thoughts and we can go way into the future, all of it. But when I'm in this deep meditation, either myself or with shamanic help, I realized time is just an illusion. It's all one.
Yeah.
Past, present, future is one, is together. We distinguish it to be able to process it in here with the limitations that we have. But when you can open that, you realize, oh, that's all at the same time. I am at the same time Maddie, but I cannot experience life through Maddie when I'm in me. So you and I are separate. But when you're in it, we're one. We're fingers of the same thing. We are. But we cannot experience it for being together. So we're separate. So we can have a relationship, a good one, a bad one, a challenging one, a fulfilling one, and all the rest of it. So I realized, okay, time is not the way I was taught that it is in school and by society. It's not. Can I prove it? No, of course I cannot, but it's just my own experience. Now, when you get a reading, bringing it back to Nadi Shastra, and the way we live and function, and that's what I realized too through meditation, starts and ends with thought. That's the whole purpose of meditation, really, to go beyond thought. Easy but not simple, simple but not easy. When you're beyond thought, you become one with the universe. And I've been there several times, actually, also through my own doing. But as soon as I reach it, I'm not there yet. I'm not a master. I'm just a regular white guy, Western guy. I was like, oh my God, I reached the point. And as soon as I say that, I have a thought and it's over. To be in it and just be in it, wow. And I've done that too for a long time. Whatever long means, half an hour, and then, but you gotta let go. And it's hard as hell. It's not easy to have trust because it can be overwhelming. You're not in your body anymore. You're way beyond it. Everything becomes one. So if that is the case, and thought is the creation of everything, then the action will be the next step to bring it into reality. We think of a lot of things, but we don't act on it, right? I know so. Oh, I should buy a house, or I should move, or I don't know, oh, I should separate myself from a partner, or oh, I should ask her out for a date, or whatever. We think a lot of things, but we don't act on it. On most things, we don't act. But if you decide, that's a thought, that's when creation happens. Oh, now you heard about Nadi readings. It's a thought, it's in your head. If indeed and when indeed you put down your thumbprint, you bring it into reality. Thumbprint comes on the paper, and the process becomes all of a sudden not just in your head, it becomes reality that you experience today, like anything else that you do in life. The moment you put your thumbprint down, at the same time, 3,000 years ago, because time is not the way we see it, Maharishi starts writing for you so that you, 3,000 years later, can get the message. Now go even deeper down the rabbit hole for you. If you're deep in it, you realize there is no separation between you and me. It was a shocker to me because I've done this for years, for a long, long time. And I wish I could stay in that state for the rest of eternity, but I cannot. I come back all the time. I realized, oh my God, I am everyone. I just experience it through my eyes as me today, but I'm everyone. And while I was in it, I was like, oh, I'm Mother Teresa. That's beautiful. And then came, oh, I'm Hitler. Shit. Then it was over because I was like, I was the murderer too. I'm all of it. But at the same time, you're also the Maharishi. So you give yourself the guideline 3,000 years ago. I know it's deep, deep down the rabbit hole, but that is how I see it. Time is not the way we see it, and separation is not the way things are. We're all one. So we're here to realize and go different paths. You know, some of us are young souls. That's why they don't get a Nadi reading at all. And there are 7 levels of souls traveling, and in each level you can have hundreds, thousands of rebirths until you graduate to the next, to the next, to the next. You're all just listening to this in your 7th cycle, the last one. People who pursue only power and, you know, ego-driven, and I don't want to use any names here, but I guess you know how I can refer to, they are way down there because they need to experience that still. We suffer from it, but it's their journey. Being up there, it helps you to really reach moksha because you've gone through all of that. You've done it. Now you've reached the 7th level. In the 7th level, you can have thousands of rebirths or just 2 or 5 or 1. One does not know, depending on how you learn and how you embrace things. And the reading is meant to help you on your last stretch, to make sure now you've done all of this work unknowingly as a human, but you have as a soul, and now you're here, and let us help you to get across the finish line. That's the reading, what the reading is meant for.
Dr. Q, I've got a question about the remedies. So
Sure.
Once I'd done the pujas, how would I know that I'd successfully neutralized the negative karmic influences?
You don't.
You don't.
You will see the
It's just
changes
your
in your life.
commitment to the higher self. Yeah.
I mean, I've seen amazing transformation. Merit Ma, she's a healer in California too. Japanese Chinese extraction, but she's an American. Speaks fluently Chinese, fluently Japanese. She's in her 40s. And I also only met her through this, became friends. And I met her in person several times. She's also a big supporter, sends a lot of her students to us. You know, she's a lady who wanted to have a relationship. And that was the big issue in her life, big problem. In the reading, they said, in this bracket time frame, you have a chance to meet someone. She did all her pujas. Nothing happened for years. And then she's now married. She got married 6 months ago. She re-met a guy that she's known for 20 years, but never saw him as a life partner. But somehow energy shifted. She did it. They got to know each other. And she just came to visit me and the baby a month ago. So she was in Vienna. And big supporter. So I've seen that, and I get messages, I've done all my pujas and nothing changes, and is it my fault, or did it not work? Is it a scam? I said, no, it's a tool to help you. I'm not in you. I cannot tell whether you did it with all your heart, whether doing 1 round is enough. I don't know, but in the majority of the cases, you can see a shift. You can. It can be huge shifts or small ones. But you need to have your eyes open for it too, and not say, oh, does it work now? Every day. Does it work now? I did it. Does it work now? Does it work now? No, you do it with all your heart and allow things to unfold. Whether it's within 6 months, 2 years, I do not know. But what I do know for sure, because I see it, and after so many readings, it works eventually. And just because it says in your time frame from 45 to 47, can it happen between, because in my own I wanted to go back to that too, because every reading builds on the other, right? I was told also in my own reading, in your books, no children. I understood because I was already told that, so I lived with it anyway. So I was okay with the fact that I'm just an uncle and did not expect being a father. I really didn't. I closed a chapter on me. Even though I'm a man and I know with 80 I could still have a child, I said, fine. But then in my second reading, the guy said, oh, there is a chance for you to be a father. If the woman's karma is strong to have a child, you will have a child. It would, in the reading, it would have been in a few years from today, but I got it now. So he hinted at it. I didn't pay much attention because I was like, yeah, maybe, but the likelihood is very slim, so I don't really worry about it. And yet here it is. So is it math? No, it's not. It's not science. It's energy. And if you just give into it and understand that things do happen when they happen, and embrace it, then you can make it a reality in your life.
How long did you leave between the two?
3 years. 3 years. I mean, we get requests. Oh, can I get another reading? It was so powerful. Because it's not just me, I'm just the pretty face of our institute. I don't do anything operational, nothing. I'm not involved in it at all. I'm overwhelmed. I was near a heart attack, so my best friend and partner in crime, Emisha, she just cut me off. I have no access to the platform anymore. I cannot do any of that, which is a good thing because now I can breathe a little more. But in difficult cases or important stuff, or I give all the talks. Of course, I'm the face. I had in my first reading, the guy said, "Oh, you will bring this to the West." I did not take it seriously at all. It went in and out because there was no intention at all. Really, it wasn't. And yet it happened. In my second reading, different reader. The reader looked at, during the matching process, I was sitting across from him, and then looked at me. He couldn't comprehend quite, and I didn't know at the time why he was doubting himself. He said, "You are doing this." I'm a Western guy. He says, "You are doing this, question mark." He was like, odd. How can a Western guy do what I do? I said, well, I don't do it. I just started an institute doing it. So it builds on it. It reflects your new reality. And I was stunned. I was mesmerized that already in the new leaf, it was in it, that now you're doing this. I said, yes. So you can have several readings, but I always recommend finish your pujas first, because the pujas are the most powerful part. A reading is just a guideline. And if you do not do your own work, then so what? You really want to do something. I can see that Peter wants to. Oh, you're leaving. Thank you, Peter, for being here. No, you're muted. We cannot hear you. You're muted.
Yeah, thank you for an enlightening presentation. I need to leave. I'm driving to the Kent coast.
Oh, good for you. In case you want to sign up and get a reading yourself, maybe Maddie can do it, but it's indianpalmleafreading.com, indianpalmleafreading.com.
On the website.
Yeah,
No
on the website, and then you can start the process.
Okay.
Spread the word, talk to people.
Yeah, that was the other thing I was just going to ask you. What's the best way we can help you?
Spread the word, I'm happy to give another talk if there is more people in the room. I'm happy to repeat this and do different things easy. But you said you have access to a lot of people. Share the video.
You say your book is
it's written. It's completely written. But it's that's just one part, which of course I had no idea how much work goes behind it. The editing, it needs to be edited for a book. Then you need to find either a publisher, which Ariel Ford, who's also
Sarah knows about this because she's written a book.
Sorry?
Sarah knows about
it, yeah. So either go publisher, but then to find a publisher actually takes on the job and does is very difficult these days because the whole book writing world has changed dramatically. Or I do the self-publishing route. And I still need to do, cover, title, registering it, editing it, putting it together, and all. There's a different universe. It's different. Writing it is one thing, and then publishing it is another thing, and then spreading the word about it is another thing too. I know, Peter, you're gonna run. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Take care.
You too. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Peter. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye. So yeah, the pujas are the most important aspect of the reading, and you need to do them. It's very important. Verbatim, exactly as prescribed. That's your way of showing the universe that you're serious about overcoming the blocks identified.
It took me a little while to get into that. I did the first one and I got it in Nagari script because I learned that years ago, and that really helped. And listening to it, I got the recordings of it as well. And now I'm on the third lot, which, it's working on that intention the whole time to really focus. So, yeah, thank you.
It does, yeah. And there is a second set of pujas that you might be prescribed. They can only be done by a priest in a temple.
Yes, I did that as well.
They're mantra
Oh, no,
pujas.
no, that was a fire ceremony. Sorry.
Or whatever it is, yeah. It could be a fire ceremony, it could be mantra puja where the priest goes to temple for 108 days, 144 days, 196 days, whatever,
Gosh.
twice a day. And they're not included in the price. They're not, because that's extra support. You may choose to do them or not. We can only recommend you to do it. Your own home-based pujas are mandatory, but the optional ones recommended. Highly recommended. Whether you want to spend the extra money and have it done or not is up to you. If it's a fire ceremony, it's easy because it's a one-time event. There were 6 priests gather, start a fire in the temple, and do this mantra on your behalf with your name in it. And this one we record. We have the permission from the temple to do it because usually you cannot. We pay for it, by the way. And we pay all the priests, of course, donate the money. And that comes at a set price, $298. Recording, you get the recording afterwards. But if it's a mantra puja where the priest has to go to the temple for a lengthy period of time, twice a day, we cannot record it. It's impossible, obviously. But you will know beforehand the name of the priest, the temple, the starting date, and the end date. So you can then join in spirit on the first day by sending ahead good wishes for your own healing, and on the last day, thanking the universe for it. So you know all these things. Also with the fire ceremony beforehand, you know when it is, who is lead priest, assisting priest, which temple. So you can join in spirit on the day, and because it's recorded, you get the recording afterwards. We cannot do live feeds. It's they don't allow us, so it is what it is. So that's just the reality of it for now. That's the puja part.
Thank you. And can I just ask that how long do these pujas last? And are some of them quite elaborate? Obviously, they're all very different. And yours was, you know, feeding the needy, people who need it, and it's however we interpret it. But can they go on for quite some time? Because it looks like it's a bit of a
year.
Like, oh no, what am I gonna have to do?
It could be 6 months, 9 months, 18 months. You can have a lifelong puja. Every birthday, feed animals or the needy. There's so many different ones. On 5 years on your birthday, donate clothes to the need. I do not know. There's so many different ones. But on average, if you get a home-based puja, it's at least 6 months, more like 12 months. Not every day. It could be on a full moon day, new moon day, full moon and new moon day, Saturdays, Mondays. It's usually just once a week or once a month, something, but it's on that day, not a day before, not a day later. That's the important part.
Okay.
And if you've missed 1 week, you have to go back to the beginning.
Yes, correct, because then it doesn't count. You broke the cycle. But if you finish cycles before that, then they're done. Only that cycle needs to be started all over again.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. Until you know what you get, you don't know
what you get. Correct.
doing.
Yes, correct. Yes. And travel is not an excuse. I did every single one of my pujas in a different hotel room in a different city. I got the picture with me. I took the picture of, I don't know, Shiva with me, put it up in my hotel room, got a little candle and tea light, bought some flowers, did my mantra. I did it once in a toilet of an aircraft too. So it can be done. So it's not where you do it, but it's committed to do it on that day.
You read my mind, actually, because I was thinking, what if I'm in another country? What if I'm doing, because we're all busy doing all sorts of
Yes,
things.
it's not an excuse. You can do it. You just take it with you and do it then. Even if you don't have the picture, so what? You sit down. So today is a Wednesday. I'm now in Sydney. It's a Saturday in Sydney, not in the UK, but it's a Saturday where I am now, and I do it today.
Okay.
Easy.
Commitment.
So I'm aware we've taken a lot of your time.
Oh, that's okay. It's
And
okay.
it was just magnificent, really. Anything else anybody wants to ask briefly? Or...
No, I just want to thank you and enjoy your son.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's such a magical time. That connection is just amazing. So yeah, thank you so much.
It is.
So blessed to have children. Yeah.
It is. Until the trouble starts.
It's challenging, that's for sure.
Yes, I'm aware of it. Yes, I am. My brother has 3 kids. Yeah, go to the website if you want to come. It's $100 to just do the search.
Yeah.
So, and then once bundles are found, then you need to be patient because the whole process will take time. And the sooner you do it, the faster.
So I requested mine in November last year,
Okay.
and I got notified in January, and then they found the leaf in June. And I'd
Okay.
forgotten about it in the meantime, so it was a nice gift
Yes.
to get it, you know. I
And
just
once you
let
get the
it go.
notification that we found a bundle, you pay $400. It's based in the US, so it's US dollars. And then you pay for the $400, and then they send you an email that you choose the time of day. We do readings 7 days a week, twice a day. Because you're based in the UK, it would be 5:45 a.m. UK time or 11:45 a.m. UK time.
Oh, mine was 6 in the morning, I think. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, 5:45.
5:45.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, yeah.
correct. Yeah.
And also, I think if you don't find anything, it's a refund anyway. So there's
If you
no,
don't find anything, you get your money back.
yeah,
Yes. If you're unhappy, you get your money back too. It's not a big deal. I'm here to help people.
it's amazing.
So very easygoing. But you just have to be patient. Patient. No need to send us an email every week saying, have you found it? No, because nowadays, if you pay the $100, and I can only recommend you to do it as fast as possible, you go onto a next in line list. So you pay $100, we send you the information about your thumbprint. You submit your thumbprint online through a secure server. They check it if it's good, which means we can identify your thumbprint category type. We tell you it's good. Now you are on the next in line list until capacity is free up. And then you be in this holding space for a few months. And then when capacity is free up, we will send you a notification saying, congratulations, we moved you to the active list, which means we start the search now. And the search time could be 1 week or 6 months. I do not know. So I just do not know. You just have to be patient. And then once we find a bundle, we get another notification. Congratulations, we found your bundles now. And then invoice $400, you pay, and then you choose the time, the date, and either one of the 2 times. If in the meantime, Judy, you go back to California, it's 9:45 p.m. California time.
Okay.
Or 3:45 a.m. California time. We had to come up with a time with 2 times that cover the world, and which is still manageable for most people. So New York will be 6:45 a.m. Or 12:45 a.m. shortly after midnight. But we can cover the world, and people can usually do it.
And then we record it as we're getting the reading. We do the
no. We have professional Zoom rooms. It's all recorded. We edit it beautifully for you. We send the whole thing to you. Yes, after the reading. It takes a week or 2.
You're very welcome to watch mine one day if you want.
Okay.
Beautiful, yes. By the way, you can go to our YouTube channel, Indian Palm Reading Institute. We have
Of course.
several readings public. So
good.
seekers
Okay.
were
Oh, yes.
kind enough to allow us to put their entire reading, matching and reading online.
Okay, that's great.
And by now must be 12, 15, some, I don't know exactly how many, but some. So you can just watch the whole process, you know, what to expect. You get the pujas, you know, in a PDF format. So you get the pictures of all the gods and goddesses. You can print them out.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's easy. It's a full service afterwards.
And I don't have to go to India. That's good.
You don't have to go to India.
Not
Yes.
that I wouldn't want to one day, but
Yes.
yeah, that's wonderful. What a wonderful service you've
It is
done.
wonderful.
Thank you.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Double check the website is indianpalmleafreading.com.
Yes, it is.
I'll send it all round because for the others, there's quite a lot of people that we'll send this video to, and they can. I'll put all the information together with it for
Thank you.
anybody
Thank you, Maddie, for your
who's
help.
interested.
You.
Oh my
That's great.
gosh, it's awesome, really. And
You're
how
welcome.
is your girlfriend now? How's she feeling?
Better. There were complications with her epidural, so she had to stay in hospital for 2 extra weeks because the liquid in her spinal cord leaked and got into her bloodstream, which causes tremendous pain and stiffness, and usually goes away. You know, it happens not to many, but it does happen. And in her case, it was pretty bad, so they had to do 2 little surgeries to close the hole. And after 2 weeks, she was released, and then it took another month to be able to, you know, hold the baby and walk around and go on walks and stuff. So it's been a journey. kept me very busy.
And presumably, so she couldn't breastfeed the baby.
No, she does.
Oh, she does manage to do that.
Yeah, yeah. We bought one of these snakes, big snakes, with the babies on it. I do not know what the term for that is.
It's probably changed since my day, which is about
Yeah,
46 years ago.
yeah.
First
I
one.
mean, things have changed since the birth of my brother's twins too. They're 11 now, and I changed the diapers many times, of course, because twins are a
Oh,
handful.
yeah. Oh, twins. Wow.
Twins are a handful, big time. And now even Pampers has improved since. Now you know from the outside that it's full.
Yes, I noticed that because I've got grandchildren now.
Yeah, before you couldn't tell from the
It's
outside. You had to
amazing that
open
it's
and
changed.
see, but now you can see it on the
we
outside.
had terry toweling with nappy pins.
Yes.
Pins, and then I used to boil them the whole
Yes.
performance.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I
Oh
know.
my God.
It's
Oof, I
changed a
cannot
lot.
even imagine how things were then.
Yeah,
Oh my
we did
God.
it, it was just, yeah, but no, it's lovely having grandchildren. What someone said to me, if I'd known, I would have had them first.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can give them back, it's a joy.
It's a joy. Yes, it is. Mhm.
No, but it's amazing.
I know.
Very special.
So, yeah.
Thank
So
you.
enjoy, and
Thank you.
I can't thank you enough for everything you do.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I haven't got the words. Enough words, yeah.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thank you
I'm
so
happy to do another talk if it's
And
organized
hopefully
with
when
enough
you come and
people.
visit Craig and Jane, who this is how I discovered you, because I realized listening to it that they live like half an hour from here, where I moved out of London.
Yeah.
So
They live
that's
not so
how
far.
I got in touch with, and I met Jane. I sort of went for a session, but really I wanted to just meet them because I thought they're neighbours and we're, connected. And that was the story. So it's just been magic.
Amazing humans, both of them. Amazing humans.
Yeah, they are.
And down to earth and
Down to earth and
yes.
funny. Yeah, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
And dear friends now, yes, absolutely. I will come,
so
of course.
when you come and visit,
Yes.
yeah, we hope to see you here.
Absolutely, yes.
And I've got a guest house, so you're very welcome.
Oh, that's
And I
very
love
kind.
babies. I've got some toys.
Well, when I come, I don't think I'm going to take little Barney with me, but yes.
Oh, well, the offer's there.
Thank you. Yes, I might take you up on it. Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's,
definitely.
it's
I love
easier.
having guests.
Thank you.
Yes,
So
space.
thank you all for being here. Spread the
Thank you
word.
so much.
Yeah,
Spread the
We
word.
will.
definitely
We
will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We
Big
will
kiss.
send
Very
it
much.
around. Lots of love. Lots
Take
and lots
care.
of love.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Bye.
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 Bye.